Alright, hello and welcome. I actually received more than one message of where is the full monthly guide in the last 48 hours, and I'm like, well, I actually didn't shoot one. I did the TLDR guide 2 weeks ago, and then I just got confused with all the Naga keyboards and Ilawi stuff. So yeah, hello and welcome, and this will be a full monthly guide where we will discuss enemy win conditions, your win conditions. We will discuss the special rules from this list that I did show in the TLDR guide. If you're coming from the TLDR 1, then you know what to expect. If you're new here, then hello there, I go by Krillback. You can see me in the European ladder. I play 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. I play free-to-play relics, and as you can tell, I do challenges in like 4 hours in that manner. So we will discuss in this full guide. This is oriented towards more like beginner players. The TLDR 1 is where I recommend all the best champions for this month. So it's more towards like intermediate players that have already completed Victor Adventure, Draven Adventure, maybe Spear Blossom Team Adventure, that are more deeper into progression, have champion fragments, but do not have champion levels. And this one we will discuss a bit more deeper these special rules, some tips for these special rules, and we will go through every challenge from 1 to 70. I will just basically read all the lines that I have. So in the comment section, I will pin the message with all my recommendations. It will be like challenge N, what we are playing against, what did I use. So I will say why did I use this. Obviously I'm playing all the challenges on the first day, so my draft is not perfect, but there is always a reason why I do something. And then after my champion, it will be a line and what are my like recommendations, what would I consider picking into this. In the TLDR guide we have already discussed all these challenges a bit deeper. I think I probably will not want to discuss them as deep again, since we have like just 1 hour, and yeah, let's try to make it quick. Let's make it all in just 1 hour. Alright, so basic recommendations is always have at least 2 stars level 20 champion, preferably you want 3 stars, and when I say that this champion will be able to complete this challenge, it's a good recommendation, then it is usually 3 stars. If it is 2 stars, I will usually just say it out loud. In current flow of resources, it's pretty like natural, it's common to have champions at 3 stars. 3 stars is about 100, exactly 100 fragments, and whole constellation is 540 fragments. So like in relation, it's just 1/5, not really that much. What else? Why is level 20 so good? So your level 20 champion upgrade is Droid champion at game start. Every champion, every constellation has all the same level rewards. It's always this item for a unit, then it's always get a revive, always a regeneration, it's always Droid champion at game start at level 20. It is always get a 3rd relic slot unlocked at level 25. And oftentimes, if your win condition is your champion, then you prefer to have champion at level 25. Like I myself, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, didn't really... Of course, I didn't have every champion at level 20. It was like hard work, all before the extra experience from constellations. My goal was to be like 2 stars, 3 stars, level 20. My goal was obviously just to play the game in the first place and enjoy the game. And the 2 stars is more than enough to complete all the adventures back in the day, like Aurelian Sol and normal campaign. So if your win condition is your champion, then you want him to have Spell Shield or Chameleon's Necklace in your 3rd relic slot, and you want champion to be level 25. Yeah, level 25 was my like next goal. if you have nothing to do in the game, but right now we have 85 champions, more than twice than we had just 2-3 years ago. A lot of content in the game, a lot of updates as well. And some champions actually work the best at 3 stars, with all 3 relic slots unlocked. Gwen is the first one that comes to my mind. I was really a huge fan of Gwen. She was my favorite Shadow Isles champion and like generally champion. She was my keystone of PvP, but sadly she needs all the help that you can get, because well, she's kind of designed with an idea that she's broken and you need to work to get good result, good outcome. Yeah, level 20, 2 stars, preferably 3 stars, and if your win condition is your champion, then it should be like level 25, so you can get Spell Shield or Chameleon's Necklace. Mercy Killings. Mercy Killings is a special rule where any unit that is damaged will be killed. We have this 5 times this month, and the key to success is to understand that this power triggers first before regeneration. So if you're trying to avoid like 1 damage something from another power, maybe like Red is Her Lips, or get Rock Too Hard, I think it's called, deal 1 damage to every unit at round start or round end. So you need toughness against that. Either way, regeneration doesn't help, and it will never help against Mercy Killings. If the best way to play against Mercy Killings is, generally speaking, just to not play by this rule. So Dreadway Chase Gun build is my top line. You pick double Dreadway Chase Gun relic on Mel and Guardian Angel or Echoing Spirit on any, same way. And on Nika you need Echoing Spirit, Luden's Tempest and Dreadway Chase Gun. It's exactly this combination. Also you need 3 mana. So you play Nika for free, then you play her signature spell, Shapeshifter, to get another Nika. Every Nika summoned will give you warning shots. Every Nika that is on the table will give you +1 damage due to Luden's Tempest, and that's how it works. I used Nika 3 out of 3, I think, in May. So you can look up all my completions on VOD channel, VOD channel, link will be in the description. Yeah, that's about it. Second line is Warwick, because Warwick is just a natural concept of this special rule, Mercy Killings. He's also really good into Forced Workout. He is pretty much great generalist champion from Piltover Zone. He is one of my Piltover Zone recommendations, just baseline recommendations to beginners. His deck is a bit lacking, like potential-wise, but he's really strong. His constellation is alright, he has quite some options, and he can complete just a lot of adventures, although he probably doesn't seem to be that exciting. Especially his 6 stars, but like, well, at 6 stars you're expected to win, so I'm never talking about 5 stars, 6 stars. It's a bit boring. Why does Warwick counter Mercy Killings? So you have the Blood Hunt spell that deals 1 damage to 2 targets, so you're basically writing their names in a death note, and they will be dead at round end. Also his 4th star just counters this power, the special rule Mercy Killings. If enemy is summoning 2+ health unit, it will be dealt 1 damage. If enemy unit is summoned and it has 1 health, then you use Blood Hunt, so win-win either way. And other lines are just getting certain playing. So Luxie has Barrier, Speed Blossom Ari plays ephemeral units, Ari can recall, so you will not be dead. LeBlanc, you need Guardian Angel or Spell Shield to protect yourself, but either way she is just really strong. Fiddlesticks is not playing by this rule, you're milling enemy. Caitlyn traps, so enemy will be dead. Kain 3 stars, he heals up, his units heal up to full Jhin control board. Vex. Vex isn't really a great champion at 2 stars, she's pretty weak, she's extremely weak at 2 stars. She's kind of playable at 3 stars, but her strongest is 4 stars and +4 damage on all new spells, so she's just get out of jail for free card if you have the 4th star explosive finale and the +4 damage on all new spells. Gwen, you can block, you can just scale, you can take time, and then you play Gwen with a level up rally relic, so you attack with Gwen, you get like +10 from Hallowed, you level up, you attack again, you heal to full, and you just kill enemy Nexus with Luden's Tempest, extra damage and all the stacked power. Of course, you also need Overwhelm to get through, so Gwen's 4th star is Overwhelm, and this kind of frees up the relic slot. Nora goes white, Porking goes white, Spirit Blossom Kindred controls the board via spells and she cannot die. Heimerdinger controls the board kind of with a couple of spells and he goes white easily. Veigar is, well, you use Darkness for free at 3 stars, so we also have just one Katarina this month, so he's pretty free to play this month. And Elise goes white easily. And so on and so on. Legendary small stuff. For this one, Yuumi will be the best in slot. So it is just a natural recommendation to get Yuumi. She is also pretty good. Bandle City champion. My favorite Bandle City champion is obviously Vex. She is just way too good. Excuse. It's been just 12 minutes, I'm already losing my voice. But Yuumi is pretty good too. Yuumi at 4 stars, she is pretty strong, and if you have Disciple of Shadows free to play Epic Relic, then she is just really good. You can play Gale Force, you can play full build, you can play first attack. The new relic, new free to play relic, Ranger's Command I think it's called, is also pretty good. She is just getting boosted by the Disciple of Shadows. I cost 1 less for each unit on board, and your 2 stars is summon 2 powers for free at game start. You are controlling the board using 4 stars, you are scaling with your 3 stars, the Fated gives you +2/+2. That's how you counter the small stuff. Atrox Vayne do counter small stuff by using equipment and 4 stars. So Arm to the Teeth gives you +2/+2, you're getting equipment stats, and with all those equipment stats, power stats, every 1/1 squirrel that you have will be like 5 attack, 5/5, 6/6. These 2 champions are really good at 160 fragments investment, so they are my general recommendation to beginner players. Like, if you are new to Runeterra, if you are new to Legends of Runeterra itself, then these 2 champions are just... you definitely should unlock them. If you have played PvP, if you know how Runeterra works, then these 2 champions might not be that exciting, and Vayne is definitely not a recommendation. And Atrox is still fine. It's just that you probably would like to have Fiddlesticks or Jhin, since they are a bit... they have higher highs. And Atrox and Vayne have... they are stronger and more stable on average, but their peak, their cap is a bit more capped. Let's put it this way. Kai'Sa kills enemy with Luden's Tempest and Soup of Keywords, so she does quite some damage even with just 1/1 stats. Fiddlesticks is avoiding the small stuff special rule kind of. You're just milling enemy. You can use Guardian Angel, Duplicator, and Chameleon's Necklace, it will be good. Good enough. Caitlyn, you're killing enemy with traps, you do not care about your stats. You can use Stalker's Blade, you can use double Stalker's Blade. Guardian Angel, just any combination of Archangel Staff, Stalker's Blade, Guardian Angel, Crown General's Contraplan, Hacking Spirit, and even Gatebreaker can work too. Just pick any of those. Chameleon's Necklace is also fine, if I didn't say that. Another thing to play into small stuff is of course spells, so just one more time, you're not playing by the rules. You can play Dreadway Chase Gun, you can play just skill damage any. Mel is really strong spellcaster, she just... Your win condition is the champion itself, so it's really... you cannot go wrong by playing Mel. Miss Fortune got very strong Make It Rain upgrade in Constellation, so her 3-target Make It Rain will get +2 damage, so it's 3 targets 3 damage, which might not be enough for nightmares, but that's extremely good into any challenges. And so on and so on. Enemies of Demacia. This one doesn't really have any recommendations, so enemy gets +1/+1 and challenger. If you're attacking first, then enemy is attacking second, and you might not want to play units before enemy attacks. So you play nothing round 1, you skip, then enemy has attack token, you wait for him to attack, so enemy summons a unit, that unit gets challenger, you still do nothing. And then you use your Nexus health as a resource, and well, this way you are not trading any combo pieces. You just wait for him to attack, to lose, to waste the attack token, and only then you summon your units. That's about it. Sometimes it will make you lose like 8 health, sometimes it will be 22, so champion level once again comes in handy. Usually you're at about 35 health minimum into harder challenges, so it should be fine. Yeah, obviously enemies of Demacia can be really annoying if enemy has combat awareness or maybe power overwhelming, so it kind of depends. Combat awareness. Into this special rule you usually want to go aggressive yourself, so it can be all these scout abusers: Gwen, Jax, Diana, Illaoi, Elise. If you do not have action, if you just didn't play him, do not bother. I don't really know what else to say. This special rule you're trying to win by your own aggression, and you're trying to win on your second attack. That's usually how you deal with it. Power overwhelming. This one is a bit more interesting. Usual recommendation into this one is never be afraid. You do not need to skill to infinity. Like, usually you're winning the game when you have your third attack. So you start at 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana. Some champions like Kai'Sa can easily win at 5 mana. You just play Kai'Sa, and if you happen to have attack token, you can just win, because you already did level up. You have Luden's Tempest to deal insane damage, and if you have like Beast Within or Mass Overwhelm, then you have just a lot of stats. It's basically like 60 damage in one attack at 5 mana, if you didn't lose any units before that. If you're playing around Chemtech Duplicator, then you need 6 mana. So sometimes you win at 7 mana. Either way, it's usually around that timestamp. Like, it can be your early attack at 6 mana, it can be your late, it can be your second attack at 7 mana. Once again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you're attacking first, this is your third attack. If you're attacking second, it will be your late third attack, because you have 7 mana and you're attacking second, so it's usually where the game ends. Sometimes you can win a bit earlier, and just thinking about this special rule this way, it means that enemy has scaled like 2-2 on these 2 units, they did die, then enemy summoned another unit, that unit is +3/+3, then another unit +4/+4, and he is not really scaling to infinity because game ends at certain point. You still can scale yourself, that's why I have Yasuo first, Evelynn second. Evelynn scales to a lot, and that's more than enough. Vega scales to basically infinity himself, using mists, and he is also really strong, one of the best Shadow Isle champions. Elise is pretty strong at 3 stars, she can work in budget builds, so if you're looking for a Shadow Isles champion in a budget build, then Elise is probably go-to. But once again, if you have Disciple of Shadows, just like with Yuumi, then Viega should be stronger and more stable. Gwen requires all 3 relic slots and 4 stars to be the most stable as she can get. And other Shadow Isle champions are pretty good, but they're not quite like S tier, they're S- tier at best. Thresh scales with rounds, so he needs time, which means that he cannot be S tier by default. Elise hits certain cap, or she needs to sacrifice relic slot to be more stable, so she kind of falls at extreme nightmare difficulty. Whom am I missing? I'm missing someone. It's fine. We will get new Shadow Isle champions pretty soon anyway. Kayle outscales any enemy. Kayle is really not a champion at 2 stars, but at 3 stars she becomes really good. Speed Blossom champions are just generally really strong, and since Speed Blossom event is now back to the game, I am free to recommend Speed Blossom champions to anyone, finally. Nami, you wait until 6 mana, you have Grand General's Contraplan, Archangel's Staff, Duplicator, and you just heal your Nexus, you outscale, and you win in 1 round. Kai'Sa stomps enemy at 5 mana. Akshan, once again, he can be strong, but if you didn't play him, if you have no experience, just ignore that. And all other units, all other champions just somehow scale or win before that. The last line, 1 turn kill, is like you have a plan, and you execute that plan. Your health, Nexus health, is a resource. The last one, Sovereign's Domination. I have a tooltip for After Image and Sovereign's Domination at the same time. So, into this special rule, into After Image, you need to take care of, like, enemy has extra blocker when you're attacking, and enemy has extra attacker when you're blocking, so it can be a bit rough if you're playing just 2 stars. Sovereign's Domination is much easier. It's easier to control the board, easier to trade. You do not need to care that much about unit. Either way, enemy is summoning the follower, so it's a pretty good idea to play champions. Therefore, Eking Spirit and all of the Guardians are on top. Kai'Sa is just best recommendation because every player needs to trigger Evolve on their own, and also you have extra stats if your unit has certain amount of keywords, and enemy will not get that profit from your star, obviously. Atrox Vayne always come into, usually, so you're getting equipment stance, you're getting Arm to the Teeth, 4-star upgrade benefit. Caitlyn, you're playing with your constellation, usually. Lilia, Eking Spirit, Guardian Orb, Stalker's Blade, so you can control the board, you can outscale, she's just really strong. I did not really use Lilia lately, I did not use Lilia this year because I'm trying to complete stuff in under 4 hours, and I have managed that twice already, finally 2 times in a row, but if I'm playing the control playstyle, if I'm playing undergeared, extremely undergeared, then Lilia and Caitlyn are my go-tos usually. Ekka and LeBlanc, they usually use double Stalker's Blade, so enemy having extra unit is beneficial. So if enemy has extra units, it can be good to have a pretty clear win condition. Therefore, Ambessa, Kain, Illaoi, you know how you're winning. You're not giving enemy your extra stats. Anivia, you're scaling your units. When you're playing spells, enemy will not get those. You're playing like skill damage, spell damage, enemy is not getting that. Elder Dragon, clear win condition, Lee Sin, clear win condition, but hard to play. Well, Lee Sin appears in like two kept to his recommendation for just 2 special rules, and this is one of them, so excuse him. Combo kill, 1 turn kill, you know how to win. Hymn of Valor is just a subtype of 1 turn kill. Makes sense to barrier, so you're not trading. Nasus, Thresh, Shyvana benefit from enemy having extra unit. Volibear, same. Yeah, so Volibear can just deal with pretty much anything. And consider the risks is usually about after image, not about Sovereign's domination, but either way. Viega gives enemy mist. Mordekaiser usually kills his own unit. Spirit Blossom Kindred, you're giving the enemy the beast, which is pretty strong. Ornn Jax, you're giving enemy improvising unit, so equipment will stay with him forever. And with Gwen, you're giving enemy hollowed stacks. With Evelyn, you might give enemy the husk generator. So it's not about husk itself, it's about the husk generator that will also generate the husk, obviously. Big Feast. This is a special rule that you need to understand. Like, most important enemies are usually Irelia, Zed, and Katarina, and you need to control the board against them. You need to control their win condition. Their win condition is the champion: Zed, Samira, or Zed, Katarina, and Irelia. And if enemy has Big Feast, then your plan might fall apart. So it's usually like this rule on itself means nothing, but we cannot really counter this special rule that easily. We have Tahm Kench that devours enemy unit, ignoring enemy health. We have Kindred that can like kill revive, that has a mark to kill any unit despite their health, and that's about it. Usually one of the best recommendations into Irelia, Zed, and Katarina is Veigar that deals 2 damage into Katarina, or Death Hand, End of Noxus, Death Hand on Samira, Darius, and Annie, and that might just not work. Yeah, usually we go through any champion, but I have probably no time today. And I will be gone for like 3 days, so not really doing a deep dive into enemy decks. I will probably just record a like complete any champions guide pretty soon. If we're not getting a new event next month, that will definitely come alive. Little bodies, extra poros, extra turrets. Usually you're playing like Volibear, Nasus, Mel into that. Thresh is also pretty good. Animated armor. Everyone has formidable. Into this one we can play best formidable champions on our own. That will be Spirit Blossom Ahri. Janna's playstyle with that is just generally the best. Vi can scale your own unit +0/+2 at 3 stars. Kayn works with that really good. Lee Sin, especially if you have Sacred Technique, you're just giving your unit +0/+3. It will be doubled with Sacred Technique, and so this way you're surviving, you're getting extra damage, and that's pretty strong. And every other champion is somehow beneficial too. Master Yi has extra health buff, Ahri will be healing up, Heimerdinger is just alright into this one, Bard, okay health, Pike, pretty beneficial too. You can have Strength of Stone if you're like into that. If you have managed 3 procs of Lurker, then you're a bit losing out, you're like equal or a bit worse, but just generally speaking, animated armor is actually beneficial for Pike and his deck. Second line is enemy units lose health, so they also lose damage, and we're playing the Spellcaster playstyle. And the third line, Luminous Orb Sharp Sight Relic +0/+3, so your champion is just stronger, and you combine that with Regeneration, Overwhelm, and you win the game like that. Arms Race. Into Arms Race you can use all these units for spell damage, or you can use them as as if you summoned units without losing any tempo. So Y is skilling those units, Aatrox, Vayne are giving them equipment, Ornn same, kind of same, Kayle is buffing them, Leona you just play one Daybreak unit and everyone is scaling, etc, etc. And natural selection. I will have commentary in my comment section. Basically, whenever I have a natural selection, I give all the recommendations for this one. It's usually Warrior King, it's usually Kai'Sa, so you can play any unit, any support champion. So Kai'Sa triggers evolve easily, and one might think that, oh, I'm losing out, like I'm not giving evolve to everyone, but you're triggering evolve round 2, and you're free to play any unit that didn't have evolve before that, so just pick a better support champion and it will be good. Dreams of Yordle common relic is pretty good into this one, so therefore Elise is a good suggestion, Morgana is a pretty good suggestion, and Working Elise have adaptation at 4 stars, so this is beneficial as well. Bard, Jace, maybe some other champions as well, just that's already more than enough, like King Kai'Sa is already usually enough. It's a pretty rare special rule. Magic number. This should be for fun one. We mulligan all the heavy stuff and we keep all the cheap stuff. Elder Dragon would be best in slot. I personally play a certain Elder Dragon build that was designed to be like to beat challenges round 1. I have a pretty special build for that. And I think in one of the challenges it was actually performing. Like I have ideal round 1 this month, so we can look it up. It was like Elder Dragon, level 2 Aurelian Soul, level 2 Mordekaiser round 1. Yeah, that build lacks Beast Within, but you have to pay something, of course, usually. Tryndamere is pretty weak if you do not have Hacking Spirit. Tryndamere is pretty weak if you do not have Shop. In every monthly challenge that has 2 fights, there will be a shop upgrade. A shop where you're finding upgrades for your current deck. So Tryndamere wants heavy units in those shops, and if you do not have Hacking Spirit and if that is a 1 fight challenge, then Tryndamere is a best suggestion, otherwise he's okay. Volibear heavyweight, Ornn is a heavyweight, Anivia is a heavyweight, Spirit Blossom Yasuo is a heavyweight. And if we have just 1 fight, if there is no shop, then invest all your rerolls into high cost support champion. Minimalist. For this one I usually recommend those champions that, like, if you feel like you're lacking just 1 mana, if you're lacking mana flow, then that's a pretty good suggestion for this special rule. Archangel Staff is usually best in slot relic for this one, since, well, you started 4 mana, then you still have 4 mana round 2. If you have Archangel Staff, then it's already 4 plus 7 mana, and 7 mana round 3, and that's a lot of extra stuff that you can do. Evelynn is a 4 mana champion, so you will be... You're playing any Husk generator round 1, you play Evelynn round 2, so you're basically... that's a free win. Deceiver's Crest, Tempest Blade, and you're already golden. Aatrox give equipment, you have a lot of discounts. Tahm Archangel Staff, Garen has Sapphire Crystal on one of his spells, and you can just play like 2 mana cost and single combat, and you're already controlling the board. Master Yi, a lot of stats, can kill enemy in 1 round. Illaoi she has always been one of the best into this. Like, you're killing enemy round 2. Usually I say that once you got to 4 mana and you have attack token, you are winning the game in the monthly challenges if you're playing Illaoi. With Minimalist, with New Constellation, she is even stronger, so you can win just round 2 into Minimalist if you have attack token round 2. And so on and so on. Repetition. Repetition is usually a home task. I just give like this list of whatever spellcasters that I came up with in 2025. when I was first doing this, how do we call it even? Parts, I guess. So repetition, trick of the light, arcane emissions, these are all just fun modes, and you're using spell mana to your own benefit. And these 4 are, you have region discount. I usually write them down with an idea that, like, if you have Shivan at 3 stars, then she is pretty strong, and she might be going to any dutiful service. If you have Shivana with 3 stars and 1 upgrade to the left, then she basically can complete any 2-fight challenge. Maybe any but small stuff, right? But either way, she is really strong, and if you're planning to use Shivana into harder challenges, then you also can get another Demacian champion, because you have 3 discounts in these monthly challenges. Same for any other region. Alright, that was with special rules. And now we will go through 1 to 70. So I will be reading through my tips that I will leave in the comment section. So please look at that in the first place. Like, I will be pretty fast with this one. Challenge 1, we can play basically anything into this one. There is no hidden, no nothing. Challenge number 2, everyone has 10 mana, so yeah, duplicator or heavyweight, this will be pretty free. I think I'm not doing timestamps for this one because, well, we go through every challenge, and if you are looking for a certain one, it will be just in a certain order. You will find it easily. Demacian discounts into this one. Vayne into this one. Well, no real idea behind that. We could use Garen, we could use Vayne. Basically, that's a free-to-play, free-to-win. Against Gangplank, we watch for his Dreadway special rule, and that's about it. Zoe is extremely easy. Unstoppable Force, we are going wide, and we're looking for spells, shadow totems, spells that summon extra units, so it's usually like a Bilgewater spell. Azir is pretty good into this one, Gwen Elise, obviously, and I think Fizz spell is the one that summons 2 units, so it's pretty good as a support champion. 10 mana and Fiora, Butcher's Block. I played Victor because he has Spellburn, so he can trigger Plunder easily. Against Karma you can play Duplicator or Heavyweight. Fiora is getting countered by Frostbite, Heal Spells, or Heavyweights as well. And we're playing around Riposte and Cataclysm, so it's usually like Anivia, Volibear, Tryndamere into Fiora, or maybe Thresh, and you counter Fiora, and then you have a plan how to counter Karma, usually. Challenge number 6, Animated Armor. Lee Sin is usually countered by like skipping his attack, so he's not playing spells, but with Formidable he is not getting that +4/+0, so not much. Repetition, Domination. Repetitive and Dominating Zoe, interesting. Repetitive Dominating Sejuani, well, I wouldn't mind that. Orin, so I can just block any time into Domination, and I'm having a lot of stats with my buff from Repetition. Just basically, this is a home task, play any spell that you want. You can play Kale, this is a 1-star adventure, just any buff will solve this. This is also 2 fights, so I will just add Jace to this one, but Jace is like, you need to have Constellation, you might want to get Renewing Power. Alright, there is no Jace in my list anymore. Like, I know this is my list of recommendations, and this is what I will use, but let's not confuse people with bad recommendations into free challenges. Empire above all, Darius. Darius is trying to kill us. Empire above all is easily countered by Yumi because she goes white and has barriers. You can go white with Horror King, with Kindred, with Yumi. Mel counter this one easily. Well, like, you are countering both special rules by just going white, so it's fine. This one should be pretty free too. Just play anything from bilge bottom. Or natural magic, all cards cost 2 less, and we're playing against Fiora and Ashe. Against Ashe we kinda wanna go white. Into natural magic we definitely wanna have some draw. Like draw spell, draw unit, preferably draw unit. Play unit, we wanna play mid-range, and this is pretty much close to minimalist. So Evelynn will be pretty good. You can play Husk Generator for free for like 2-2 mana cost, and then you play Evelynn. With Tempest Blade you stun everyone, and this is free. Also Evelynn, if you just have Evelynn, then enemy cannot cataclysm you. Nora goes white. Why? A lot of draw. Strength of Stone because of Ashe. Kain with Archangel Staff, Grandchildren's Counterplan should be free. Nami, a lot of value just out of nowhere. Atrox Evelynn is minimalist recommendation, yeah. 11, so we can play spells, we can play units, we can play whatever benefits from killing extra units like Volibear. Oh, I do not have Volibear as my recommendation. I guess sometimes it's just that Volibear can complete harder stuff. Challenge 12, Mortal Marks. The idea is to, when enemy Yasuo is on board and he has attack token and he attacks, then your weakest unit is stunned and Yasuo deals 2 damage to that instantly, and you cannot like play anything in response. That's what we're playing around. Yasuo's win condition is Yasuo level 2, so we just counter Yasuo and that's fine. That's how we win. Challenge 13. Shadow Isles, Lulu. I probably played Elise. Okay, I played Spirit Blossom Kindred, so I can play Eking Spirit, Wild Inspiration, Kindred round 1, and then I can just win using one champion. Elise can go white, so that's pretty good too. Arms Race. Victor has extra stats from toughness, so his units will be +1/+1 from toughness, and they're actually tough. This can go wrong a bit, so make sure to be prepared. Just do not insert any random 2-star champion. It can be a bit rough. Empire above all, Jinx. So Jinx goes white, she has elusive units and she is scaling, so this can go wrong too. We have discussed this in Teldir Guide. Mel definitely best in slots, so we can just AoE all these enemies easily. Swain's win condition is Swain himself, so we are just looking to kill the Swain. Price of Progress. This is not a Targonian Ezreal, so it should be pretty free. We are countering the Price of Progress into this one. Tryndamere might be good. Master Yi, Tryndamere, Anivia. Yeah, so Fiora is being countered by Frostbites. Tryndamere, Anivia are pretty good into Price of Progress. Into Creeping Chill we wanna go white, so easy. Nothing much. Nothing much once again. Katarina, we do want to counter her using kill spells. So Death Hand, Darkness from Veigar. I used Jax just because I wanted to like something else. I think in the last couple of months we have had a lot of Katarinas, and this month this is the only Katarina, so I tried to play around having a lot of Katarinas again, but well, who knew that it would be the only one? Minimalist. Oath of the Guardians is probably my way to counter that. Yeah, I use Samira, Nila, Oath of the Guardians. Challenge 22. Into Irelia we wanna play Death Hand, so Darius with the Constellation upgrade. Well, finally, since we're discussing Irelia, I will just show you, like, this is Death Hand, right? Deal 2 damage. Annie gets +2 damage from this Pyramania 2 and +2 damage from this upgrade. So she can kill. Irelia is always 5-4, basically. So 4 damage is enough. Darius, he has Death Hand, -1 mana cost and +2 damage right here. And then Samira. Samira is 3 mana, summon Pora, deal 4. So we can play Champion. We can use Lost Chapter, refill your spell mana, and that's how we kill enemy champion, enemy win condition round 1. Well, I used LeBlanc because I could, I guess. Challenge 23. This is probably magic number. Yeah, Elder Dragon. Just follow the recommendations for magic number. 24 Mercy Killings, so this is Warwick. We have discussed Warwick, we have discussed Mercy Killings, pretty free enemies. Dying Laughing, so I was using Thresh. Maybe I was using Strength of Stone, maybe I wasn't. Just like in Arms Race, you can benefit from Phantom Praxter as if it is just a bonus extra unit that you have played for free. So you can give this Phantom Praxter 0-10 equipment. It will be like 5-15 if you're playing Vayne. If you're playing Strength of Stone, then this 0-10 will become 10-10. Huge. 26 Repetition, nothing much. Another Repetition, Ezreal, this is Targonian Ezreal, I believe. So this can go wrong if enemy is going your face. If Ezreal is using Static Shock into your face, then, well, you're getting all over faster and faster. What's going on? Lag? Did my drivers crash? If you're a bit afraid of this Repetition Ezreal, then there is also always an option to use Spirit Plating. Like, you can play Champion with Toughness and like full build, and you also grant your Nexus Toughness, so you're protected against this. You can play Fiddlesticks with Repetition into this, it should be free. Discussed. Pretty straightforward. Mercy Killings. Mercy Killings Vega is a bit annoying, but should be free as well. Irreliant Kai'Sa. Never underestimate Kai'Sa. So, Irelia, Katarina and Zed were pretty much always prepared against those, but Kai'Sa, Victor, they are a bit shady, like black horses, and most of the times when I was losing 70 out of 70 without defeats, it was Kai'Sa actually. She just, if Kai'Sa has extra mana, then she summons Pora into 2 mana drop, so she is evolved round 2. Kai'Sa herself has +3/+3 extra stats, and she just smashes you if she gets just about average luck. She will get Elusive, Challenger, Overwhelm, Spell Shield, Deathless, Lifesteal, you name it, like. So this one should be pretty easy. That's why I don't have any exclamation marks for this one, but, well, just make sure not to pick random champion into this one. Jhin. I use Jhin because I have Merciless Marksman, and like I do not feel that this is an oppressive challenge for me, but like I am a pretty experienced player, I guess. Aatrox Swain is a recommendation, so we can play equipment onto this one. Kaisa, so this guy can get keywords faster, and we also have a lot of keywords ourselves, a lot of stats rather. Victor outscales this without extra mana. If they do not have extra mana, then it should be free. Volibear will benefit from Crackshot Carousel, so we will play Volibear round 3, and from that we will stabilize. Misfortune Malvex, just spells. 31, Power Overwhelming, Evolve. Poro King, if you have Spirit of Buru, this is a freebie. If you have Kaisa, this is a freebie. You just win round 3, round 5 on your second, third attack, okay? Power Overwhelming. Swain's win condition is Swain himself, so we are just looking for ways to control Swain. Heal spell, Frostbite, just for the Swain. Swain himself. 32, I was playing neatly into extra mana. It's just, well, just look it up how it works. It's a one turn kill, first turn kill, pretty easily. Azir with mana flow isn't as scary as he is in Victor's Adventure, because he doesn't have like extra stats, extra stuff that he has in that adventure. It should be a free one. We're controlling Azir. He is like pretty weak, low stats, and that's about it. Undying Rage and Guard. So Viega will summon Mist, and Mist will not die. Ephemeral unit will not die. And that can lead to a pretty bad situation. This is a bit vague, but just I don't know what to say. Like, usually you want Gloom into this too. So Fiddlesticks or Vex are usually the recommendations. And Viega is just weaker. He is weaker in monthly challenges than he is in Galio Adventure. He doesn't have extra mana, he doesn't have spell shield, he doesn't have just that Grifter's deck on his Dawning Shadow spell, so you're trying to control the board, and once you outvalued him on board, outstated, then there is probably no issue. That's like, it looks insane, but if you're not getting stat checked, then it shouldn't be an issue. This one is free. Another magic number, and we are countering the Rock to Heart with magic number because we're playing heavyweight. Frostbite, kill spells into Fiora, therefore Shadow Isle champions are just the best. Viega, Thresh, animated armor. Tahm Kench has quite some health, so he's pretty good with that special rule and mana flow. So Tahm Kench's win condition is his champion, so we're controlling the Tahm Kench, and that's how we win. I played Varus to give my guys +0/+2 spell. I didn't really like it, so I cannot really recommend it. I just was playing for fun. Of course, you're pretty much free to play anything that you want, but just generally speaking, I would probably play any spellcaster or maybe even Kindred into this one. 38, legendary small stuff. So we're playing either spellcasters to kill enemy nexus, control the board via spells, or just Humi. Ignore the discount. 39. This is one of the hardest adventures of this month, so 4 challenges, 39, 48 I think, and like 66. We are using either Jinx or Aurelion Sol or a Swain. Challenge number 40. This should be a freebie. Did I use Volibear? I used Kai'Sa. Well, why not? We can benefit from enemy having extra units, we can benefit from Evolve. So many different ways to win. Demacia discount, nothing much. Enemy doesn't have extra mana. Small stuff, once again ignore the discount, play into small stuff. Well, I was playing Vex into Tryndamere, so that was my idea. You can also play like Fiddlesticks. It should be pretty good into this one. Lee Sin is controlling the board. Tryndamere has Entomb and Ice Shards to deal either 1 or 2 damage to everyone, so that can be annoying and it can interfere with your plans to win the game. Lux can be pretty good because you have 4 Demacia, so you're scaling on board. Yuumi with Demacian support should be pretty good. Aurelion Soul, Swain. Well, Luxie can kind of stand the ground. You're playing Luxie round 1 with a discount, you have Archangel Staff. You're playing Barrier every round. You can play Black Shield. You can play Mass Challenger into Tryndamere. It's pretty good to have opportunity to pick your blockers. Spell Shield would be pretty good into both these enemies. So yeah, if I'm playing Luxie, then it should be Archangel Staff, Black Shield and Mass Challenger. Otherwise, just whatever is written in recommended. Rock to Hard Magic Number. We are countering Rock to Hard with Magic Number and we're one-shotting Gangplank, we are playing around his Dreadway summon. And Kai'Sa, yeah, do not underestimate Kai'Sa. First workout. Azir has ephemeral units, so no synergy. 45. This is the one that it's really hard to give strategic recommendations. Enemy can high roll, you can low roll, and if this like happens at the same time, you are just losing. Like there is no recommendations if that happens. There is always a chance that that will happen. Small stuff, so either Yuumi or any spellcaster, and controlling that is our win condition. That's probably his win condition, to be more clear. And that's about it. This is Morgana for sure. Morgana and Caitlyn are my usual recommendations, my general recommendations for Draven. Draven is a bit like noob trap, beginner trap. Like if you're underprepared, then he can be really annoying. Mercy killing Caitlyn, pretty expected combination of Warwick into Mercy killings. Dreadway chase gun since there is no vicious enemy. Small stuff, mana flow, vicious enemy, blinking flames. Well, technically you can play still Annie or Mel because of the blinking flames. If you play Annie and Eking Spirit, then you play Annie. You have 4 warning shots, each one deals 4 damage, right? It's 1 baseline for 0 mana, plus 2 spell damage from Pyromania 2, and plus 1 for Blinking Flames. So if you have 4 warning shots, that's 16 damage, 3 Annies is 48 damage, and you just play either Death Hand or another Annie, and that's how you win. Other than that, Jinx, Swain, Prop Abuse, yeah. Fiora, that has Challenger on every unit. I think we have discussed all of that. Repetition, oh no. Not repetition. That's not even imperfection. Remove the imperfection at arms race. What did I use? Mel because of the arms race, and Fansmith have +1/+3 item. Lilia, so every Fansmith has +2/+2, and therefore Enemy just cannot really recall our units. The only problem would be Thresh having Titan's X, I think, so he will be like 6-9. Ambessa, so we can attack, and it's getting harder to recall our units. Chaos, we're skilling units. Aatrox Vayne, so we give equipment to this units, pretty good choice. Misfortune, Twisted Fate. Spells, Volibear. You can play Avalanche, you will kill a lot of units with just one Avalanche, like you will kill your Fansmith, enemy Fansmith, and then you play any Titanic unit. 51. This really shouldn't be an issue, but Sovereign's Divination gives enemy an edge if you're like getting unlucky or performing a skill issue. So that's why I decided to give it double exclamation mark. 52 Minimalist, just take care into this too, do not underestimate them, but Minimalist like Yasuo, Evelynn, Victor, Aatrox, Garen, even Garen can complete it. Lil Bodies, this is a freebie. Draven's hardest, his strongest round is round 2, so like if enemy Draven has extra mana, he summons stuff round 1, he gets Draven for free, but not in this case. 54. I decided to play Pyke just because I could. This doesn't really benefit Tahm Kench. This is a freebie. Guided Meditation, I decided to play Jace because we have Shop, and you can play Duplicator, you can play Jace, upgraded Jace without Duplicator, just play any spell. I personally do have Renewing Power, so when I'm playing 6+ mana cost spell, I just get all 6 mana back, so it was a free for me. If you have that relic too, then it will be free for you as well. This one can be annoying. We might just ignore the Dune Strider's discount to not get baited. Kai'Sa is an extremely strong champion, like if you have Azir, if you have Kai'Sa, this shouldn't be an issue, you just evolve Kai'Sa, round 2, round 3, round 2, I guess. If you have Azir, then you go into Emperor's deck and you just obliterate, and you always have a sacrifice, and you should just be taking care of Tahm Kench's elusive unit, I guess. It's also pretty annoying if Tahm Kench can eat Azir, so we need Spell Shield into this one. Evelynn, Viega, yeah, definitely Evelynn, you just stunning all the enemies so they do not scale. Also Evelynn has some Shurima units. Viega is pretty good into this, you're just scaling, he's pretty good defensively. And that's about it. 58. I was forging Mirror Mage, and that's how I won. It should be a freebie. 59. Just play anything that you want. That's a freebie. This one can be a bit rough. Force of Power, Draven. So he has a lot of benefit into his strongest round. So might actually use like Jinx for this one as well. This is a fourth hardest challenge this month. 61 shouldn't be an issue. 62, we have discussed Power Overwhelming, we have discussed Yasuo, we have discussed everything, I guess. Azir and Mercy Killings. This one is annoying because Azir has a lot of ephemeral units that deal extra damage to our Nexus. It's like we want to block, but we cannot block, and we're taking care of Azir, of Sandcrafters, of all the units that summon extra Sand Soldiers, and that's about it. Nexus health is our win condition. 64 magic number, this should be a freebie. You are getting countered by Frostbites, by kill spells. So we play any Titanic unit into this, and we basically countered Sovereign's Domination by playing magic number. 65 Mirror Mage shouldn't be an issue, just any champion that fits this Mirror Mage. We have discussed it in the first half of the video. And this is another, hardest adventure of the month, challenge of the month. So this is another one for Jinx, Aurelion Sol, or Swain. 66. I played Swain to avoid it because, well, this is 2 fights. I want to win this as fast as possible, so I'm definitely playing whatever I can that just controls the board easily and wins the game. Giga Ari. The Berserker's Buckle, I have videos on that. Drop Abuse Wildcard. Vex, because of the 2 fights, so you need to have 4 Vex. Explosive Finale upgrade and +4 damage on all new spells. Shivana, you need 3 stars and 1 upgrade to the left, so your all dragons will be -2 mana cost in the shop, and you roll 4 new dragons in the shop. Jace, if you have good constellation, if you have renewing power, then this will be free. If you do not, then just ignore it. Jinx Fiddlesticks, pretty obvious why. Savage Mysticism, Heavyweight, Duplicator, 68, Minimalist. Holy Abyss can be random, so if enemy gets Gwen, if enemy gets Darius, that's just a lot of stats. If enemy gets Indred level 2, that's then just extremely annoying. Well, Minimalist should like really help. We play something mid-rangey, we control the board, like probably even Garen can solve it if you have level 30 and you have all the rare relics in the game. 69, nice. Argon Ezreal, Holy Abyss, and extra turret. If you can benefit from the turrets, like it will be free, so Volibear is my recommendation. Mel, so we can play the Bluetooth fight into Ezreal and control the board from our hand, outside of board. LeBlanc, we just play LeBlanc. We can play spell, we always use spell to save our LeBlanc, that's it. Yasuo, pretty generic recommendation into strong Ezreal's Kayn. If you have level 30, then Kayn is alright. Nexus Health is what we care about. And after Image, Natural Magic Azir, so he will be just spamming Arise. After Image is kind of a skill issue, special rule, Natural Magic, we play something mid-rangey. Caitlyn is alright. Evelynn can stun whole enemy board, so Azir cannot like strike us down. Gwen will heal up, Atrox will just heal up and get a lot of discounts, Illaoi will one-shot enemy. I was playing Spirit Blossom Kindred with my signature Portal Pulse tech, and you can just look it up, I guess. Alright, this will be it for me for tonight. We did this in 68 minutes. I hope it was clear enough. I promise I will do better in July. It's just we have had Illaoi patch on like 4th of June, and we had a lot of stuff, and also I had some real life stuff, like I have to travel across cities almost every other weekend, so basically every weekend actually. So if you still have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I also stream on Twitch, not this week, but I try to do at least 4 streams every week, so let me know if you have any questions. I will try to like help you within 12 hours, I promise. I check YouTube comments every day, in the morning, in the supper break, and in the evening. So yeah, take care, have fun, good luck.